Today, we'll be talking about the very first thing all humans do when they're born: crying. Now, TikTakers, did you know that babies cry as soon as they're born in order to clear out their airways? Turns out this is an automatic reaction out of pure survival. However, we also like to think that newborn babies cry as a way of greeting the world. At any age, crying is used to transmit different needs and states of mind. For instance, babies cry when they're hungry, since that's the only way they can communicate. And once we're older, despite having many other ways of communication available, sometimes crying could be the best way to ask for help or attract someone's attention. However, not all tears come from emotions, TikTakers. There are actually 3 types of tears. First, we have the basal tears, which keep our eyes clean so we can see well. They come out in small quantities, but do so every day. Then we have the reflex tears. How many of you have ended up crying after chopping off onions? Well, those are reflex tears. A defense our eyes use against the onion's bothersome acid. We like to imagine huge tanks filled with water inside our eyes that push all of it out to indicate that they don't like chopped onions at all. The third type of tears are emotional tears. Charles Darwin used to say that they served no purpose, but over the years, many scientists have defended that they do fulfill a purpose. Through crying, we stabilize our mood, reduce our stress levels, and communicate to others, and even to ourselves, how we feel. Emotional tears also contain certain kinds of hormones which act as a natural sedative. Crying can express emotions as opposite to each other as the pain of losing a loved one and the euphoria of having the wedding of your dreams. That is part of human evolution. First, we developed crying to express pain, and later on, to express joy. On the other hand, crying can help us empathize more with other people's feelings. For instance, we usually feel pulled towards consoling someone who's crying and help them stop, even though that might not be what they actually need. And the thing is, whoever likes being seen with the face flustered, sobbing, with snot coming out of the nose, and breathing heavily? Now, all of that said, remember to be careful, TikTakers, because sometimes people feign crying in order to manipulate others, shedding what we commonly call crocodile tears. Surely many of you remember fake crying when you were little to convince your parents to buy you a toy or to not go to school. There is also a lot of social stigma associated with crying. Even nowadays, there is the widespread idea that real men do not cry. That it's only okay if women cry. And that if a man does it, it makes him look weak and fragile. But this just doesn't make any sense, TikTakers. Whether you're a man or a woman, there's nothing wrong with crying, so feel free to do it if you ever feel it will make you feel better. Just like Tik and Tak. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!